Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Hello and welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin and this is Theatrical Athena.
Hi.
And she's going to be learning the song right along with you for the very first time. We're doing Hungarian Dance No. 5. Have you ever heard the song before?
No.
No.
I might have.
Yeah, it's probably like a song that you've heard in a movie or something like that and you just didn't recognize it until after you learn how to play it. And then it seems like every time after you learn how to play a new song, then you're like, hey, that's a song that I know, even though you'd heard it a bunch of times before, you just didn't know it. So that'll probably happen with you now with Hungarian Dance No. 5. This is our chat moderator, the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? Remember that story I started writing, that fiction thing?
Yeah, it was like a million trillion words or something?
Yeah, now it's longer than the first Harry Potter book.
What?
Yes, the book I'm writing is longer than the first Harry Potter book so far.
That's terrifying.
I look at the word count, and then it's like,
All right.
I'm like, yeah. Anyway.
Wow. Okay, well, good luck to all of you attempting to write and read that. Yikes. All right.
Weekly activity?
Well, weekly activity. Tell us about that.
This week is the Grand Staff Spelling, and if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram, and our mascot penguin will hook you up with 150 bonus points. Won't you, Clawful?
And do make sure that you take a picture of that and send it to us so we can give you points for that one, because that's a lot of work, but it's kind of cool to spell words. Hi, Clapples, sorry, we're talking too much. You, get lost, Theatrical Athena. You, make sure you've got your PDF open, or you can just follow along with me on your screen. We're gonna, we've got, what, should we start at the beginning or at the toughest part? Let's start at the toughest part. How about that? We've got this thing down here, because I got a feeling the Clapple's gonna jump in here, so if we missed the other parts, that's all right. This is the part right here we got to get. This is F, G, A, F. If you can get these 4 notes really, really, really fast, then that's going to be definitely the hardest part of the song. And F is the note that is right below a group of 3 black notes. So there's a group of 3 black notes. If we just take the lowest one and drop it down, we'll land on an F. So we're just jumping into the middle of the song here. We need that F. And it's just going to be 3 notes, 1, 2, 3. You don't have to worry about the fact that it's an F and a G and an A. I'm not thinking about that as the notes go by. I'm just playing this note, and then up, and then up, and then the original note. As fast as you can. As fast as you can, however fast you can do it. You want to practice that right there, and then we're going to take the exact same pattern, just down 1 note, and play the exact same thing starting on E. And then the exact same thing starting on a D. That's what's going on this line right here. This big, huge, terrifying string of notes is just this easy pattern right here. This down 4 times. So it starts on F, then starts on E, then D, then C. And then this other thing that we'll learn in just a second. But at least you'll have that much down. Now, we won't be able to play that with the track probably for this whole lesson because that part is really, really fast. But it's the toughest part, so I wanted to give it to you ahead of time in case Clapple jumps in and cuts me off. So let's talk about the first note of the song then. We need a group of 2 black notes, like those ones right there. And we want the highest note now, the one just to the right of that. So we're going to start right there. We're going to go from that one, we're going to jump up to an A, which means we're going to skip over these 2 notes right here and go to that one. So those are our first 2 notes. This is, and then we're going to skip over 1 note this time, and we'll land on a C. So if you already know the letter names, great. If not, that's fine. Get the note that's above the group of 2, skip over 2 notes, and then skip over 1 note. This is the Hungarian. Is tricky because this one has a hashtag on it. That hashtag in music is called a sharp sign, and sharp means play it slightly higher. So what we were going to do is play this is the Hungarian. Right there, we're going to play the G, but this says don't play G, play the note that's slightly higher than G. So we're going to play this one right here. That's a G sharp. So we're going to play that one, and then up to the A, and up to the B, and back down to the A. So that whole line with the track would sound like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the Hungarian dance. Okay, so maybe just that section is all you want to work on for right now, because these last guys right here, the A, B, A, that's supposed to go pretty quick. So when you practice this song, make sure you're going through those. The ABA, you stick those really close together. Okay, so I got a feeling Clapple's going to be jumping in here pretty soon. So let's take on this next thing. This F, G, A is the exact same thing we played just a second ago. Remember we had that pattern? That thing? We're going to do that, except we're just going to play the first 3 notes of it. We're not going to come back to the F before we go down to E, and then down to D, and then C, C, B, B, up to E, and then down to A. So this song kind of jumps around a lot. If you want to, especially... No! There's not enough time! Okay, what I was going to say is, to make this easier, you can just combine these 2 C's right here and combine these 2 B's. You don't have to play both of them. They go by kind of fast. This is the 5th, written by Johannes Brahms. So... those go by kind of fast. If you want to just play written by Johannes Brahms and just play each of them once, that's perfectly fine. This next part right here, because sorry, Clapple, we got to get through these. Those 3 notes right there are the same as the first 3 notes right there. He also, with this time we're going to go all the way up to the highest note of the song, a high E. So he also wrote. Then this section right here is going to be the exact same as this section right here, but instead of starting on an A, it's going to start on a C. So this one's going to start on a C, this is going to start on an A. It's the same pattern. And then that terrifying thing that we'll need to practice. And then this last one is the same thing you've already played. Written by Johannes Brahms is the same thing as playing what you know, because that's the section that you'll know now, and done. So you will have played all of those notes. All together, it's going to sound something like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is the Hungarian Dance. This is the 5th, written by Johannes Brahms. He also wrote that sweet lullaby. Here we go. This is yeah, okay, so that's why you need to work on this section with the F in it, because it's kind of crazy in there. But there's lots of stuff that repeats in here, so I think you'll be able to play at least the first line pretty soon. It jumps around a lot more than other songs, but we'll get more practice on levels 2 through 5. But for right now, it's time for our feature of the day, which today is going to be a game that I know you can win. It's called Higher Lower. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play 2 notes. One of them is going to be higher than the other one. So I'm going to play, like, for example, this note and this note. Now, this note is lower because it's closer to the left. So I'm going to play 2 notes. I'm going to say, is the second note lower or higher than the first note? And you are hopefully going to say, in this case, lower, because the second note was lower than the first note. Okay. The way this is tricky is you don't get to see any of the keys. So I'm going to play 2 notes for you that you're not able to see which ones I'm playing. There we go. And so you're going to have to tell me if the second note is higher or lower than the first one. So our first example would be, and Kendra, you can jump in on this one. I'm sure she's going to get these because she's really good at these kinds of games. But here we go. See if you can get it before she gets it. That note and that note. Is the second note higher or lower than the first note? What do you think, Kendra?
The second one's lower?
The second one is lower. Very nice. All right, so these are both going to be really low notes, but one of them is going to be higher than the other one. Let's see which one it is. So we got this note and this note. Is the second note higher or lower than the first note? What do you think, Kendra?
The second note is higher?
The second note is higher. Okay, cool. So hopefully you're getting it, maybe one of these at home at least. Now I'm going to go to where you can't even see it on the camera. So here's 2 really high notes. But one of them is going to be even higher than the other one. Here we go. Is the second note higher or lower than the first note? What do you think, Kendra?
The second one is lower?
The second one is lower. I told you she's really good at this. Okay, we'll give you all one more chance to beat her. Here we go. Last 2 notes. Is the second note higher or lower than the first note?
Higher?
The second note was higher. Hopefully you got one of those at home. If not, that's fine. There's plenty of places where you can do exercises on this, and we got links in the student zone to places like that. So if you didn't get any of those and you'd like to practice that, then let us know. We've got links for you to practice that on your own. But for right now, it's time to go to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us. All right, here we go on level 2. This is going to be the same exact notes, but written on the lines and spaces of the treble clef. So if you are in Clopple Academy level 3 or higher, then you already know that this kind of stuff right here should look terrifying, because these double bars right here mean that these are super, super fast notes. The name for them are 16th notes. So we've got some really fast notes there, and then we've got more fast notes over here. Now, this one always throws everybody. This right here is a 16th note because this one note has 2 bars on it. However, this note right here is not a 16th note because it only has 1 bar on it. So this is an 8th note. It is connected to a 16th note. So this E is going to be faster than this B, which is why you can kind of tell, even though it goes by really fast, written by Johannes Brahms. So this Han right here is a little bit longer because it's only an 8th note, not 16th note. Last couple of things that we need to know. Any of these dots that are off to the side like that, those are just extending the note a little bit longer. So you're going to hang on to those notes a little bit longer. If the dot was on top like that, that would be the opposite. It means you need to play the note and get right off of it immediately. That's called staccato. But this right here is just called a dot. I guess they ran out of creative names before they named that one. Watch out for this A down here. It looks like it's a middle C, but it would be a middle C if it was on that line right there. If it's on the second line down, that one's an A. So that's not a middle C. Watch out for that one. This one is a middle C because it's on that first line. It's not on a second line like that. That one down there would be an A. All right. Is that enough talking? I think so. Let's play this thing through and see if we run into anything else along the way. If you're on level 1, of course, just do your version. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is the Hungarian Dance. This is the 5th, written by Johannes Brahms. He also wrote that sweet lullaby. This is faster, so much faster. Hold on fast for long last. You're playing what you know and done. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, Johannes Brahms was the guy that played that did the that is his song also. That's the Brahms lullaby. But this one is crazy. Not like a lullaby at all. Like a terrifying stress inducer. Okay, so, and this is the 5th one because the Hungarian dance, there's like a lot of parts to it. So this is kind of the 5th part of it. All right, so one more time with the track. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is the Hungarian dance. This is the 5th, written by Johannes Brahms. He also wrote that sweet lullaby. This is faster, so much faster. Hold on fast for at long last. You're playing what you know and done. Yeah, so don't forget this part right down here is the part that you already know from... Yeah, I had a feeling. All right. It's the same as that section up there. So once you know that section, you got to reuse that down here. Everybody in the universe is going to want to play this little pattern and take it down and take it down and take it down. And then your hand is going to want to go down one more time. But it's not that. You only do that 4 times, and then you have to play that part that you know from earlier. Okay, one more time, then we'll move on. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Good luck. This is the Hungarian dance. This is the 5th, written by Johannes Brahms. He also wrote that sweet lullaby. But this is faster, so much faster. Hold on fast for at long last. You're playing what you know and done. It's time for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the Mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week it is from Thunderstars, who says, Dear Jamin, how can I get the past secret information cards? You can't. They're gone forever. Now, if you are a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber and for some reason you don't get one of your cards, then let us know because we will definitely send another one out to you. So if you're missing one of the old ones because you didn't get it, let us know about that. But otherwise, yeah, all the secret information just it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
Gotta catch 'em all. Secret information cards. That's not a real song. So the left hand on this is going to be an A and an E. A lot of A and an E. In fact, when we go on to level 4, it's going to be even more A and E. So we got A and E, and it pretty much goes back and forth between that a lot. We've got this D that sneaks in here into the A and E going back and forth thing. And then it gets really scary right here. As if it wasn't scary enough with all of those 16th notes, we got to play a D and a C and a D and an A. And then an E and an A. So the notes, if you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that's not very many notes. That seems pretty easy. But then when you go to play it, well, you'll see. Let me play this through and then we'll check in with Athena. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is the Hungarian dance. Here's that D. This is the fifth, written by Johannes Brahms, and he also wrote that sweet lullaby. This is faster, so much faster, hold up faster, at long last you're playing what you know, and done. That was a miracle! I can't believe I did that. Cool. Athena, come on over. I'm not gonna try that again. Have a seat. Okay, so yeah, that scary part in there. We don't have to worry about that. It starts on an F. Go ahead and play that just without the track. Almost. Yes, and then move it over one note and do the same thing starting on an E. And then move over and do it again. And then move it over and do it again. That's the part. That's the part. That's what needs to get practiced. Okay, but we don't have to play that part right now. What level would you like to look at?
I'm still practicing 1.
1 is perfectly fine because we are still in the lesson. You've only had like 10 minutes to practice this thing. Here we go. Good luck.
Wait.
You're going to play it with the track.
No.
2, 3, go. This. Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry. This. Oh, it's not working, I'm told. One more time. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is the Hungarian dance. Yes. I'll play the next part. This is the fifth, written by Okay, now your turn. He also wrote. That's sweet. Okay, now get it right on that F. That's that really, really fast part. Ready? Get all of them you can. Go. And then it ends on an A. Yeah, okay, oh cool, I'll take it. There's a lot of practice to be done on this one because it's really, really super fast. You look at the notes, you're like, oh yeah, actually I could do that. Those are all notes from my other songs. Ha-uh, ha-uh. It's scary. Point at them with this scary look in your eye and say, let's level up.
Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
It's so fast. It's not fair. All right, well, as if that wasn't enough, level 4. Here we are. So this, like I said before, kind of takes that level 3 thing and then just like doubles the speed of the left hand. This is the Hungarian dance. This is the fifth, written by Johannes Brahms. He also wrote that sweet. Well, let's try it with the track. This is not gonna go well. Get all the notes you can. I won't worry about the rest. This is the Hungarian dance. This times. You just got to get the last note. Man, so the other one went to a D. This one goes to an F. This is faster, so much faster. Hold on. Really? Okay. I wrote it. You'd think I'd be able to play it. All right. Let's try it again. I need practice on this one. This is faster. So much faster. And this is the Hungarian Dance. This is the... He also wrote that sweet lullaby. This is faster, so much faster. One more time. Here we go. 2. Get the notes again. Don't worry about the rest. 2. Ready. Go. This is the bit written by your pretty close. That had no chord tones in it though. And that's kind of the point of level 4, if you want, is that you can add in more chord tones from the A minor chord or the... Okay, we gotta go faster. The A minor chord or the E minor or the E major chord, which are listed down here for you. So we've got the A minor chord right here, A's and C's and E's, or the E chord, which is E and G sharp and B. So then whenever those chords show up, we can just add in more chord tones, as it says at learnpianolive.com/level 4 in greater detail. So let's try all of this and cram in all the notes we can. Man, this is scary. Anything like the song at all, but it was kind of pretty. Okay. Well, there is a lot to this song. One of the things being that it's actually in A minor, but that's not a thing most people need to know because it's really secret information.
Secret information.
Secret information. This week. Most people don't need to know this. But for the really advanced players, you should know that, like we said a second ago, this is actually in an A minor, and you could have been able to tell that one of 2 ways, actually. First of all, it ends on an A minor chord, and usually the last chord of a song is also going to be the name of the key. So if it's an A minor as your last chord, it's probably going to be in the key of A minor. But there's another dead giveaway on this one. If you have a song that has all white notes except for one weird place in the song, it gives you a G sharp. That G sharp means you're probably in the key of A minor. You're not actually in the key of C. So if you got this nice little song, it's on all white keys, except it gives you one weird note, and that one weird note is a G sharp, like 99% of the time. It's actually the key of A minor. So the G sharp gives away the A minor. This other one is the last part, that crazy part that we play through. There's a name for that. That gets used all over the place. It's not just this song. In classical music, all the time. In jazz, too. In everything. In every style of music, they use this thing called a sequenced digital pattern. Try that on your own. Sequenced digital pattern. So sequence just means we took some pattern and we just moved it around. So if we went... That's also a sequenced pattern. digital pattern just means it uses your digits, your fingers. So it's usually a 5-note pattern or less. This is just 3 notes. So that is a digital pattern that is sequenced. It's moved over one direction or another. It's a sequenced digital pattern. They use it all the time. And once you can get used to seeing these sequenced digital patterns, it makes learning these songs way easier. Because you're like, oh yeah, that's just like that Hungarian dance thing, except this one goes up instead of down. And people who really struggle with those sections are like, how did you learn the song so fast? You're like, sequenced digital patterns. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level 5 for training on how to survive this level.
Well, it was a nice hat while it lasted. Okay, so this next section, this section actually, if you want to play this like Brahms intended, you got to play this in the key of B flat or actually G minor. So this is all written out for you if you feel good about level 4. I didn't feel good about level 4, but if you feel good about level 4, you can attempt level 4B, and that's in the actual key. But over here, we've got the same thing written out in numbers. So this one right here, instead of being known as an E as our first note, we're going to call this one a 3 because we're going to be in the key of C. And so this is going to be 1, 2, 3. And if we follow these numbers right here, we've got 3, 6, 1, 6, hashtag, sharp, 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay, so then we've got all of that, except, like I said, this is supposed to be in the key of B flat, where this note B flat is number 1. So then your pattern would look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then you could play the same exact numbers. We could play 3, 6, 1, 6, sharp 5, 6, 7, 6. And now we're actually playing the real Brahms version because we're playing in the key of G minor or B flat major. But everyone's been working so hard in the key of C, Athena as well. We're going to go ahead and go back to the key of C. With this is 1. I'm going to try to call out these numbers as we go. Watch out for this one thing right here. If you've already been doing level 5 songs before, you're used to finding the chords, the 6 chord, the chord that's built on the 6, or the 2 chord, the chord that's built on the 2, and you'd find the 3 chord, the chord that's built on the 3, but this is a major 3, so that means you got to take that middle note up a half step. This is going to be the major 3 chord, so just watch out for that one, and the rest of it should be just as it is written here. Let's try this thing. I'm going to try to call out the numbers as we go. This is going to get crazy. Okay. Good luck to us all. And 3, 6, 1, 6, sharp 5, 6, 7, 6, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1, 1, 7, 7, 3, 6. I did it! 3, 6, 1, 3, 1, 7, 1, 2, 1. Oh no. 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 7, 7, 3. The numbers always get me. I can play it, I just can't say it. Come on over, Athena. Okay. So, yeah. I messed it up already. So now it's your turn to mess it up already. Get all the notes so you can, though. Let's go back to level 1. And
most of it.
you have most of it with the track? That's insane. We've only been doing this for like 20 minutes now. Okay, well, good luck. 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. This is the Hungarian Dance. This is the bit written by Johannes Brahms. Yeah, keep going. He also wrote. Beautiful. That's sweet. Well, here's the test. Oh my goodness! That I could not have advised you any better on that. You nailed the toughest part there. You ended on an A. Yeah, the thing with the written by Johannes Brahms having that double C and the double B in there, that's kind of weird. Yeah, that's all right. It's a weird section, but nice work.
Thank you.
Someone today is winning a $10 gift card. Let's find out who it is. for joining us. Do we have a chat winner today?
Acom.
Acom, way to go, Acom. Next week is Easter, so we are not going to be doing a live lesson. However, we have pre-recorded a lesson for you, and we have some Easter eggs hidden around the site and on the lesson this week. You'll be able to pick up some extra points to find those. So we'll send you an email about those. And so then we'll be back to normal live lesson. I think it's the music lessons in a box lesson too, the week after. So we got Easter, which is going to be a lot of fun, finding the Easter eggs. And then the week after that, we've got the live lesson, the music lesson, the box lesson. Tons of fun stuff coming up. Love you all. See you next time. Bye. Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now, you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now, you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time, pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5, we're gonna be checking in with you, and you've gotta play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's gonna be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidslearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Clopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye, for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny. Trust me. It's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.